antenna.
I have a sheet in front of me which talks about the speaker, and I'm apparently supposed to introduce him, but I think this speaker requires no introduction at Barclays Toastmasters Club. He works for the APAC Tech CEO and has recently become famous across Toastmasters in Singapore for winning the Division S International
Not
Speech
my
Contest.
introduction, not what I wrote.
And he is going to represent Barclays Toastmasters Club and Division S in the District S competitions next week. District 80. District 80 International Speech on 12th of May, and that's going to be in Bangkok. There's another exciting part about his speech. All of you get to evaluate him, so be alert, keep your learning antenna up. Vikram, Sivakumar.
Do you mind if we record you?
Sorry?
Do you mind if we record you?
There is recording happening.
Do you mind if some more of us record?
Go for it.
You're a celebrity now.
No, please.
Wow!
As long as it's not 103 ways you can make a speech bad. Vikram! Vikram! I woke up slowly. There was a short, angry woman looking down at me. I had fallen asleep again in class, and Miss Mohan was very angry. Vikram! I know you find this boring, but wake up! Class? Don't be like him. Keep your learning antenna up, and the world will teach you amazing things. Now, wake up! Get out of the class! So, I stood outside class that day. Keep your learning antenna up. I had no idea what she meant. So, I stood there staring deep into the sky. 15 years later, I found myself staring into the sky again. This time, I was on the rooftop of a temple in Bagan, modern-day Myanmar or Burma. And I was waiting for the sunrise. But most importantly, and you would have guessed it, it was the day I truly understood that screechy Miss Mohan. Toastmaster of the day, club president who's still running, and all of you who still haven't understood your teachers. I had traveled thousands of miles because that's how far you need to travel to understand your teachers. And I had taken a plane ride, a bus ride, and horse ride to get here for a sunrise. But in return, Bagan was offering me darkness, more darkness, and wait a minute, stars, millions and millions of stars, all those magnificent beauties winking right back at me. And that was Orion and Capricorn and Gemini. And I was truly lost, gazing into a dreamy sky. But the dawn began to break. Darkness faded. Everything was still. Nothing moved, except for the light. The dance of the light brought life to the land, and the first few rays illuminated the temple I was on, and the next few rays illuminated another in the distance. Wow. And another, pop. And then it was like a popcorn machine. Pop, 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 pop. And what was until seconds ago pitch black was suddenly a beautiful landscape of 1,000 temples covered in a thin mist, lighted perfectly in that tinge of crimson orange. That was the most magnificent sunrise of my life. But for a reason that only science can explain, the next thought that popped into my head was Miss Mohan again. Keep your learning antenna up, and the world will teach you amazing things. What is it now, Miss Mohan? Why are you following me to Burma? Are you going to give me $50,000 from Nigeria? What is it? And then it dawned on me. The entire sunrise that day had a deeper meaning. The thousands of temples symbolized the rich culture and history of the people of Burma. And these people were hidden away from us for many years, hence why I waited there in complete darkness. And slowly, the light began to uncover the land, and we could see more of her, but not all of her. as she wore a thin mist to maintain her mystery, modesty, and magic. And the protagonist of the story, for the sunrise, of course, was the sun, but for Burma was Aung San Suu Kyi. Sun, Aung San. Nature had just given me a metaphorical history lesson. But most importantly, nature had just helped me understand Miss Mohan. I understood that when I have my learning antenna up, I can learn from everything around me, including nature. The greatest teacher we can ever have is the world around us. I thought I'd been sleeping in class that day, but actually I'd been sleeping in life for 15 years. Because I thought learning came from books or from classrooms or from teachers. In reality, when I woke up, I saw that learning is a lifetime journey and happens in every ordinary moment of our lives. In fact, some of the greatest scientists learn from ordinary moments of their lives. The most famous story is that of Sir Isaac Newton, who one day was sitting under an apple tree and he fell asleep. When an angry teacher, an angry apple, woke him up to gravity. Of course, gravity is a really complicated concept, but none of us are ever going to understand. And if he could learn such a complicated thing from a complicated apple, surely my simple problems in life could be solved with lessons from everyday objects too. My life has changed a bit. Now, whenever I don't feel like exercising, I look at my fan and it reminds me that if I stop moving, I am absolutely useless. I look out the window, which reminds me and teaches me that every now and again I need to open up to the world of opportunities outside. And when I hear a clock ticking, it teaches me that life's clock is continuing to tick on me. I realized that the greatest teachers were all around us, and in fact, the world is a DTM, Distinguished Teaching Master. And I, upon realizing this, had just become a CL, Competent Learner. After my speech, though, my friend got really excited. Vikram, I know the secret to becoming a competent learner. You slept in class, Newton slept under a tree, I need to sleep somewhere. I don't know where he ended up sleeping, but please wake up. Keep your learning antenna up, because all it takes is one single idea to change the story of your life. For Newton, it was an apple. For me, it was an angry teacher. And your great lesson could be just around the corner, disguised as an object or an experience, and it's waiting for you to find it. And every moment of your life is an opportunity to find that great single lesson. The question is, are you sleeping, or do you have your learning antenna